Roll call.
Commission Chair Francisco Vasquez,
Present.
Vice Chair Joanna Esro, Secretary Laisha Garcia,
Present.
Commission Member Jesus Cervantes,
Present.
Commission Member Juan Lopez,
Present.
Commission Member Sonia Urquiza, Commission Member Sergio Molina. Commission Chair, you have a quorum.
Thank you very much. Okay, please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Okay, let's move on to item number 6, which is the old business discussion and possible action on all matters related to the upcoming Summerton Arts and Festival event. So let's start with the, as we did it last time, with the reports. And in my case, for the volunteers. Oh, good. So we said that you told us that you need maybe perhaps 10 volunteers. Those volunteers, I just need a little clarification. You want them during the day of the event or before the day of the event, Mr. Mesa? Volunteers.
Volunteers might come in handy before the event, just to set up the structures, possibly build, and just during the event, just to help in the kids area, maybe supervision and things of that nature.
Okay, so before the event, like the day before when they set up, are you planning to set up like on a Friday evening or?
We would set up the same day.
Okay,
Yes.
everything, so
Yeah.
since the morning.
In the morning, yes.
Perfect, okay. So then I would like to meet with you so we can go and talk to the people that we discussed on the PEP Tech school and other groups. Let's see if they can actually help us with some volunteers. Also, one of the teachers from COFA in construction is my son introduced him to me, and he would look like really nice and say, you know what, if we can help you, let us know. So probably we can have some extra help there also. So, okay, I'll keep you posted on that. And I noticed that in matters of the wine and the craft beer, you already put the license. You send the application to Phoenix. So it seems like everything is now running the way it's supposed to. Thank you very much for that, and let's hope the state actually don't find any glitches and approves the application so we can move on. We can, and even if they do, we're still okay with time. Am I right?
Yeah, we should be
The returning
fine.
time.
The gentleman mentioned that from Romer that takes around a month, give or take. So we have a little more than a month to make revisions and send corrections and all that.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Thank you. Let me start then from my left with Commissioner Garcia. I believe you're like in 2 committees, am I right? Mhm. What's your report, Ms. Garcia?
I was supposed to call Brisa today to get the information for the performers for the beginning of the lineup, but I forgot I had class at that time. So, but I am going to contact her tomorrow. We already agreed what the time and everything to talk tomorrow. So I'll have the things tomorrow. But for the other I forgot the name of it, but I know what committee it is. For that one, it's just the paperwork, which is closer to the event again.
Okay.
Just to add on that, Commission Chair,
Oh, yeah.
we have made some progress. We're working on the contract there with the main band, which is already on the logo. They're confirmed. The plan is to have them, their represent both bands. So we need somebody in representation to be responsible in the contract. I think even though it's small contract, it's better to have it on paper and a contract just for liability purposes. I reached out to him last week and earlier this week, and the plan is for them to manage the contract between La Chambita, which would be the main band, and the co-headliner, which is possibly a tribute band from Calexico, Mexicali, that we were suggesting, the CCR tribute band, Queen Doors, and Beatles, I believe. So we're looking into confirming their visas. Also, I reached out to Misael, the folkloric dance group from San Luis Sonora. They're very well known. They pull a good crowd, and I think they're a good option around 7. Once the event gets going and all that, have them perform for about half an hour. They are requesting a donation of $200 with the you could say a deposit of 100. They would use that to buy supplies and all that for the actual performance, a Jalisco tribute performance. It takes special attire and all that. So I offered 200 because they implied that the prior performance here in Somerton was 300. I did mention we were low on funds and all that. They are willing to perform for 200. My recommendation would be for them to request a donation from the commission on the next meeting for next week. That way we could process a check for the deposit, you could say. And my proposal would be to start with some acoustic music. I don't remember the name of the teacher, but he plays acoustic guitar from Maná, and the teacher, long hair.
Yeah.
From Gadsden District.
Gadsden District, yes.
Start with him, something acoustic, bohemio type of music, and then go with maybe the jazz. We're able to get the jazz from the district. They're likely to request a donation too for, like, I would say $300, give or take. And then start with some performers like Grupo Misael. I did reach out to Maestra Laura Barajas for flamenco. And I haven't been able to get a hold of her, but I'm gonna keep trying. And we should be able to confirm them because they already know about the event. And we could towards after 7. And then I would say after 8:30, go with the main bands and just close it off. And I'll have more updates for the sponsors, some ideas that I want to bring forward for sponsorships.
Also, I have a young fellow that attends our school, and he plays the guitar. I don't know if you have seen him. It's the only student, that carries the guitar all over. And he's in my classroom and outside, he plays the guitar so beautiful. So he's a gifted, talented kid, and that'll be a great opportunity for him to display his work. I've spoken to his mom, and everyone is like ready, eager to. I wonder, we have the participants, like this form for them to fill out, and I can actually.
For the artist?
Yeah, for the artist.
Okay.
Say it again. Do you know him? Yeah. Okay. No. Yeah. No. But we need actually, something like this, so we can actually secure a little spot on the event, so he can perform.
He would be the good alternate or option with the maestro. I think they do the same, right? Like solo acoustic music. So either or I think would work. And that
Mhm.
could open the event, something
Mhm.
more mellow to kick it off and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I say he's a good
Mhm.
option too. I mean, whoever's
Yeah.
available and all that. And FYI, I am suggesting we do go with the main band, which would be like a chimba
Mhm.
or La Chambita, excuse me, from 9:30 to 10:45. Just close the event 15 minutes before,
Mhm.
just for the closing statement or whatever. And the co-headliner, co-main band would play from 8:20 to 9:05.
Mhm.
Got to give them about 25 minutes to set up. And in between that, we could do some raffles. We're already looking for in-kind sponsorships for raffles. That way, the people stay till the end. We already
Mhm.
have ukulele, which is a small guitar that's going to be
Mhm.
donated, and we're going to be looking for more instruments,
Mhm.
like an accordion and some guitars and possibly a keyboard. That's the plan.
Mhm.
Just so we pull some more people, and it's we're promoting and supporting arts and music, which music is basically an art. So yeah,
Mhm.
that's the plan. It's already in progress.
So you're trying to confirm with La Chambita. La Chambita.
La Chambita, they're confirmed verbally.
Okay.
I need to get the
Just
contract.
got the contract.
We have agreed a total amount of $1,500. They
Mhm.
were asking for 2,000,
Mhm.
but since we've worked with them before in advance and they're willing to be flexible,
Mhm.
1,500 because they're a band of about 10 to 12 band members. It's very cheap.
Yeah. And what's the name of the other before La Chambita you mentioned?
Los Chatos, they're the ones we are suggesting, the tribute band, classic rock bands,
Uh-huh.
English. So we get it's something for everybody because they're gonna
Mhm.
be cumbia, tribute
Mhm.
cumbias. That way we
Mhm.
get something in English, classics. We'll get a different crowd in,
Mhm.
and the other ones we'll get people in because they're gonna come support the presenters, the performers,
Mhm.
like Grupo Misael, and I would like to get the jazz band also to open up.
Mhm.
They'll bring a lot of parents, of course.
Mhm. Los Chatos.
Los Chatos are good.
So you're suggesting from
They would
8
play
to 8 to 9?
to 8:20 to 9:05.
8:20 to 9.
If we
Okay.
need to give a gap in between
Mhm.
for
Yeah,
the
for
other
setting.
band, get ready and set up time and all that.
So is are we going to have, I know this has to do with the setting, but during this time, something like live, I don't know, like maybe you remember Francisco from the Gassen district that plays the
Francisco,
yeah,
Pancho.
that he
Pancho,
played the
that's his
Yeah,
guitar.
but
name.
I don't have it. I don't have his contact information, but I know
I can get a
him
hold of it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, we.
Yeah.
You know about
Yeah, I can look for his number and because he's good.
Mhm.
he's
Yeah,
really
very
good,
good.
and
Yes.
I know him. I,
I would
talk
like
to him.
him to open the whole event.
Mhm.
Ah, okay.
Mhm.
It's gonna be mellow, but it's gonna be lively. We don't want to go start boring.
Yeah.
Francisco, I don't remember his name.
What is it?
He's a
Bermudez, I
teacher.
remember. Yeah, he's a yeah.
But
an
he's very
assistant
well known
teacher.
now. I'm
Not a
pretty-
teach.
He's
Well,
not- is
no,
he-
he was a teacher's assistant.
Assistant,
I worked with him for many years.
Yeah, so
And he's very nice, and I know he'll do it.
mhm.
I know he'll do it.
Yeah.
And we're able. Most of the performers they're gonna ask for a donation. But
Mhm.
I mean, we're gonna look for sponsors, and if not, we do have some funding that could be like a contingency, just in case we need to go over. Yeah. Um, 6. So the first performance would be nice around 6:20, 15, 20 minutes, kick it
Mhm.
off and all that. And I know Mr. What's his name? The principal from Somerton,
Yeah,
Mr. Moreno.
Mhm.
He said he's going to confirm it at a later time once it's closer to the event.
Mhm.
I do have an alternate for him just in case he's not able to attend. Have
Mhm.
another MC that's
Mhm.
going to co-host with Miss Brisa.
Mhm.
So we already have a escape route there.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, both of them will be great. Actually,
Yeah, but just in case, but
mhm.
we need to confirm.
Mhm.
Yeah, it has to be
Yeah,
confirmed. We can't be
I
waiting
was there when
too close to the event.
when Miss Moreno Urquizo actually sent him the letter, the email, for the invitation. So I'm gonna try to work with him and and getting on board. Okay.
Yeah, so,
He's-
yeah.
He's
around-
really busy. He's really busy, but I think he will. He will.
Yeah, I mean, and
Just-
expect 15, 20-minute gap of just the introduction and all that. If we present the commission, it would be
Mhm.
nice to present the commission, have representation of the department. If anybody from council is able to
Mhm,
attend,
mhm,
have
mhm.
introduce council, the authorities and all that. And then kick it off with the MCs, and around 6:20, start with the first performers, which
Mhm.
would be Mr. Francisco or the other gentleman are
Mhm.
good options. And then I would go with the jazz.
Mhm.
Jazz, hopefully.
The jazz from Gadsden.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I can go. Do you want me to get
Yeah,
hold of
that
them?
would be
I
nice.
already know who to go through and everything.
Okay.
Okay.
And if I have to send an email or request, because I know you had to go through a certain
I have to go.
lady from staff that manages their agenda. but I
have to
don't
go-
remember
I
their
have to
name.
go through Rocio Godoy.
Rocio,
Yeah,
Rocio,
I know. And they
Yeah,
know me.
yeah.
I used
Yeah.
to work there.
Rocio.
Yeah.
Now, when we open the ceremony, we're gonna have like the national anthem sing, or
Well,
how do you?
it's not required for this type of event,
Mhm,
but I mean, if we wish to do it, that's
mhm.
not a problem.
Because I have one of my coworkers that she sings very beautiful. Actually, remember the two that actually sang on Christmas, Miss Garcia, Munoz and Jensen. And Miss Jensen is actually trying to help a group of students to sing I think the national anthem, or
You know what would be nice?
and that will be. She says, if I will, I don't, I will volunteer if you want me to
Yeah.
sing it. She has.
You know what
beautiful-
would be nice, Mr.
Mm.
Vasquez? Anybody from the Somerton district of
Mhm.
the actual band or from music program that could
Mhm.
play the national anthem, maybe like on a keyboard or something from
Mhm.
middle school.
I will send an invitation to Mr. Moreno
Or the guitar.
on behalf of the commission to see if he can invite to see if the school band is available.
Or the band. I mean,
Yeah. But it's
get a
just
crowd
the-
in to
it's
start
just a
off the event.
formality. So go from because the band director is next to my door, but the way that he moves, he has to get the clear first from the principal. So
I think that's a better option because that way we're going to get a crowd in early just with the band.
mhm.
So I think that's
Yeah.
the best option.
Okay, I'll work on it. A little formal invitation to the Somerton district van to
Yeah.
perform during this at the beginning. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. And anything else, Ms. Garcia? Mr.
No, we can talk about it
Vanessa?
later. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
I know Mr. Cervantes, you had a busy day. I was, at least last time, and I was there also in your during that meeting under the Somerton Tower. It was a beautiful day. The weather was so nice, and you guys seemed like you had an idea what to do. So, Mr. Cervantes, your report.
Yeah, a quick comment though, as the various commission members reach out to different groups,
Mhm.
don't forget to include commission member Garcia so that we do have that ledger of who is going to be
Mhm.
performing,
Mhm.
just as a quick observation,
Okay.
unless so that the official lineup can be drafted out, but just a comment. From the logistical side, yes, Juan and I did meet with various city staff, and we did do a walkthrough. There is a printout. I think it's a little bit blown up beyond the paper size, but you get the gist of the
Mhm.
layout. So the water tower area, underneath it, that's going to be the live painting area. Depending on how many we have, hopefully we have at least minimum of 3 so that they can set up in the middle. And there are 2 public sidewalks on the side. As people walk through the event, they can stop and
And
look
Mhm.
and critique and whatnot. And then the front step area where you'll see the purple call out, that'll be non-food vendors. So if
Mhm.
you do have individuals selling arts and crafts or anything like that, it's there. Food vendors will be restricted to the street, primarily in case there's a spillage of food, whatever it may be, it's easier to clean up and it's not going to ruin the Centennial Park area. So the stage will be at the intersection of George Street and Somerton Avenue facing eastward, and the food vendors will follow suit. If need be, we can extend it to the following cross street. There is a plan A and B associated with it, depending on how many vendors we have. Hopefully, we do have enough to fill that space, because we'd rather have more than none. And then alcohol permit, as you touched on, has been sent out to the state for approval and licensing. The alcohol containment zone will be Centennial Park and our food vendor area. There'll be signs posted that'll limit where alcohol can be taken and cannot be taken. The beer garden is tentatively slated for the corner between the building, which is called out as Brown, and that little 45-degree concrete pad. That's plan A for the beer distribution point. Now, if we do get lots of vendors that start spanning out or spilling out onto George Street heading east, then we'll move the beer garden east as well
Back,
in order
yeah.
to accommodate proper flow of people throughout the event. The splash pad, of course, will be used for the static art displays. We do need input, though, as to what type of art will be displayed so that we can make sure it fits. And in case we do have to call out any size restrictions, because we want to be able to have it be filled, but not overly filled, where it becomes kind of too cluttered. The green area, that's going to include some of the art display overflow, and of course the arts and craft area for adults and the kids, the family side of it, so they can do the hands-on build out of painting or origami, the different items that'll be available to them. As far as the other items, we also discussed lighting, barricades, so that's already in progress. So that's pretty much it for the layout. Going over to the PR side as well.
I have,
So-
I have a question. Can I ask questions now or later?
No, yeah, it's open.
It's open. Okay.
Excuse me.
I noticed on the form for the what's it called? The form, the vendor form.
Vendor form.
I noticed on the vendor form, it says no electricity will be provided. So how are we going to approach that with the food vendors?
Yeah, and that's my next discussion
okay,
point.
okay.
So we'll do the permit then. For them, it's no power. Just like if they were at the Tamale or Corn Fest, they need to bring their little generator to power their stand, because there's no way to, even if we were to try to provide power to them, there's no way to safely accommodate those requests. It's
Okay.
not really designed or
So
conducive
they're
to.
used to that, you're saying?
They
The
should
vendors,
be
yeah, because of the
typically.
Tamale
Yeah.
Festival, yes, and the other prior festivals, yeah.
I'm just thinking of the
Mhm.
vendor's point of view. Okay.
So yeah, I mean, it's the expectation hopefully is that they are used to it or seasoned and have done this. I guess boiling it down, it's not their first rodeo. They have a little generator or lights, things that they'll be able to display, hopefully. And same thing with the tables and items like that. I know we did have a discussion to see if we would provide a few of them, but preferably they provide their own setup, because it makes it easier to get them to set up their own stuff. And there's no, hey, you provided them 4 tables, but you only gave me 1 type of discussions.
Yeah.
And it just makes it simple for cleanup.
Yeah.
Yeah, Commissioner Cervantes, that also goes for the artists, right?
Yes, this is across the board, anybody that'll be displaying anything. So we will be handling the ambient light and I guess event lighting, but as far as specific use situations, then they are responsible for their own lighting and tables and setup. So does that answer the
Yeah,
concern, or-
I was just concerned if it was going to be a hurdle for the vendors who want to participate. But with, now what you're saying, that they're used to it, it's something they come prepared for, and we just have to be upfront with them about it. Okay.
Yeah, this is the form they usually use. This is the exact form they use, right? This was just They just added the Summerton Arts Festival, but this is the form.
Okay,
This is
so
the
it's
that is-
already like,
Yes.
that's just
Yeah.
part of,
Yeah.
okay.
This is
Yeah,
the
and,
city.
and I did have some questions on the form. I think it's for city staff. It kind of looks like it's in shambles. Like the logo, it's not really, I think it should be reformatted, bring down the city of Somerton color down and bring it, organize it a bit more. And also there is I have read the rules and regulations call out. If it's going to be called out, it needs to be attached to the packet. And I think the last sentence kind of is redundant to the first part. So I guess my question is this the final form that's going to be sent out?
Which one, the special
That I
the
have read
vendor
the
form?
rules.
The vendor form.
This is the one that the city uses. I
Okay.
pretty much just revised and added the Somerton Arts Festival with the fee. That's the only basic change I made to it. The rest of it's what the city uses for the events.
Okay. Well, then we'll use what the city uses in it.
Oh,
But those are my observations. It doesn't look really
yeah, it's very basic.
formal.
Yeah.
At least something you would expect from a government organization. And my other item too is at the bottom. It may be confusing because you have information booth space and regular booth, but it doesn't have like a to market. I'm not sure if that's intentional. And then minor and major event / Somerton Arts, then you also call out minor event and major event afterwards. I think it needs to be, in my opinion, separated to make it easier. Unless we already tell the vendors up front, hey, it's going to be $25. That should suit us for this event. But in the future, if possible, if we could, if the city could consider revamping the form, because it does look a bit disorganized from a outside perspective. And but nonetheless, that was my critique on the event vendor form. Before I move on to the poster, does anybody have any input on the vendor form as well?
I kind of agree with you in the fact that, yeah, the too much info on the bottom part, but because they're using in order to expedite this process. 'Cause
Yeah.
now we had it on in order. We're against the wall right now, literally. So yeah, actually, for the people who have spoken, I mentioned the $25 because that's what we agree with. So at this point, changing anything will be again getting us behind. But you're right. For next year, probably we can start working on maybe the city of Somerton logo, as a watermark on the background, something like that, or even the commission's logo somewhere there, especially for this event, for this type of event. But that's my only comment into it.
But
Mm.
okay, moving on to the PR poster. It looks good. There's a few items. Of course, the zip code
Yeah.
is still incorrect. As far as aesthetics, I think it flows proper. It does have that burst of color and draws you in. I did have two possible recommendations, and it's not big ones, but under live music and performance, if we could add an S, so it's music and performances, and then crafts, add an S, so it's not arts and crafts, it's arts and crafts.
Mhm.
And then where the painting area call out is, it clashes with the yellow background. It makes it hard
Mhm.
to read. But aside from that, I think the rest of the poster is correct.
They're probably gonna put another picture like this.
Yes, that's what the other co-headliner would go. As soon as
Okay.
we confirm, yeah.
But if we add the co-headliner there, won't it be covering them though?
It would be the same as the La Chambita logo.
On white.
Yeah. So that was just basically left blank for right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Mhm. Arts and crafts.
Yeah, in that case, then yeah, probably moving the craft beer, wine tasting, food and more to the bottom.
Mhm.
And then you can see the other headliner or group a bit more. Or I guess the easier fix would be you have the headliner and the square in the middle, and then just extend the green color so that it incorporates painting area, and that fixes the clashing of yellow and white.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But either route will work. Like I said, it's only because it makes it hard on the eyes if you're viewing it and it's going to be on a poster. But those were my only items for feedback as far as the poster is concerned. Anybody else have any feedback on the?
Yeah, on the poster, can we put the time on there of the event?
You're right. We know it's from 6 to 11, but does the public know? And somebody remember Mr. Mesa when we were talking to the beer company and the brewers company that he says if they see this big poster, they only have few seconds to. So the time has to be very visible. They're making sure that they know what time it will start. From 6 to 11, yes.
Let's say we just add the start time just to make it a little bit more open.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
that's where we're at as far as the PR side and the logistical side. I mean, I think are at the point where we're just waiting on feedback from the other teams,
Mhm.
in particularly the number of artists and what they're going to display, so we can coordinate the build out of the display features. If it's going to be shelves, tables, or unique build outs by the city or partners again.
Yeah, I have a question for Mr. Mesa. For participants, I've noticed that we're missing here the invitation form for the volunteers. For
Yeah,
example, one of the teachers asked me if I had the application
yeah,
because he would like to display his art. He is part of the main, the Yuma art group on downtown. But
Yeah.
I will try to have it ready for you on Thursday, I said, because I was hoping I was going to get it today. So is it similar to this, or what is the difference?
yeah. I just
between
wanted to review the logo basically with you guys. It's basically there on the top center part of the poster,
Mhm.
and I'll confirm to the Vanessa tomorrow, and so she can add it to the form for the
Mhm.
participants and for the sponsorship package
Mhm.
if it's a go.
Because the ones who will be, because they are the main guests. I mean, we need to have the artists here,
Yeah, I know.
and so you guys can start having actually the pieces of the puzzle that you put it together. And it's better if we have more participants into this, so we can break the times into smaller sections, so there's more variety of presenters. But for the artist points,
Yeah,
we need to have this because they also have other commitments. So the sooner the better, so we can lock them at least with us. Say it again. That's a good question. I think it was Garcia that they because Mhm.
no, the artist. I don't remember who was in charge of that committee.
Well, no, artist wasn't it? Is it you?
We all have, we
Yeah.
all have somebody that we know that we
Yeah,
were gonna
yeah.
invite. And I have a few
Mhm.
people that are
That's
interested
what I'm
as
saying.
well.
So
The ones that will display the art or the
the
artists
one,
that
so
will-
Display the art, yeah.
the
display the
one that
art.
will be displaying the art.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so
I'm asking, no.
I
Commission.
think it was, I think it was Miss Ezra.
Hold on, I have
Good.
a picture.
Mhm.
Yeah, but
Because let me see if I have the picture of the duties here too. So, because you were also in music, am I right, to help the,
I remember I was
Yeah.
music. I don't
yeah,
remember the
Garcia
artist.
and Ezra was supposed to work together into the presenters and music, yes, because you led the contacts with barajas, with the mariachi and the
Yeah.
jazz.
Mhm.
Okay.
I remember
Yeah,
that, but
yeah.
I don't remember
Mhm.
the painter
Mhm.
type of art. I don't remember that.
Yeah, because those count as vendors, no?
They know the presenters, no, the main. You
I
know
think
what,
the
that's-
presenters you have Ms. Vice Chair Esro on art and the
Mhm.
sponsors. That's what I
Mhm.
believe you mentioned
Ezra.
previously.
yeah, I've had a few people reached out. I reached
Okay.
out to a few,
Sorry, yeah.
Yeah,
but I reached out to a few people.
So
Okay.
then let's get in contact with what is Ezra again, Moreno or Es?
I'm sorry?
Do you say Ezra Moreno or Ezra Lopez?
I think
Moreno, sorry.
yeah.
Yeah, it says in here, recruitment of artists. And then it's
It's Ezra Moreno?
Mhm.
Okay.
Moreno has to be here.
Okay, don't worry about it. Your recruitment of artists. So basically they are, yeah, in this case, music, you're helping us with music, am I right?
Mm.
Okay, then for the artists, you know, the ones who be displaying the art.
So that's the one we should have gone a long time ago.
Yeah, but we need the artist form
Mhm.
to
We
get
need the
that
artist
going.
one like ASP.
I know we've had an artist form before, but it has a Somerton Art and Wine.
Yeah,
Mhm.
so I'll just request the logo. That's basic because the
Yeah,
logo's
that's
already
it.
done.
Uh-huh.
Just swap it and
Yep.
it shouldn't
My-
take more than,
You know what? I don't mind helping you on that area. With just hook me up with someone from the city, from the staff,
yeah.
so we can actually work together so we can get this as soon as possible. Because my part with the brewers and everything, you already took care of the application of the license fee. The city council already approved it. You already set up the wine and beer garden. So
Yes.
that area, I'm free. So I can help you with start getting the artists, and because you're right, we need to know how much space they need and I mean, who's coming. Okay, artists,
Yeah. And
the art displayers, that's my concern.
to get this going, we did schedule a meeting for tomorrow at 10 with the art teacher from
Oh, the one
Our
that you have.
program,
Okay,
yes.
okay.
so Josue and myself, we're gonna meet with her tomorrow and Vanessa,
Mhm,
so they can assist us
mhm.
seeking for more participants because they're artists and they're in that scene.
Mhm.
And I mean, we need to get this going. So we
Can
just,
Yeah.
Can you contact the Little Woods that did the mural last time for
Yeah.
us? Because they would be really good
Yeah.
collaborators if we have enough time, if they're not busy on that day.
Mhm.
I'm pretty sure that they can participate with a booth or presenting some of their pieces. I'm just waiting on this flyer to be confirmed, a done deal. And I'm gonna reach out to the art center in Yuma and San Luis, Arizona.
Mhm.
So for the
And-
live, I'm thinking the live painting.
Yeah, the life
Yeah.
painting, they can help us get some.
Yeah,
painters
because they would
and-
be good candidates for that. And they've
Yeah.
done already events with us. And because who else can we contact
And
like
also,
now?
I spoke to the I guess the assistant to the Mexican consulate. Okay, but I'm actually waiting for the artist form. You know, the one this one.
Yeah, I'll give you another one. I have another one.
Yes, the one that says Art and Wine Festival. This is just as soon as you have it,
Yeah,
so then we can have an idea. Hopefully, no later than 3 or 4 weeks. You know,
Okay.
who are the painters and all
Well,
the stuff.
So I'm coming in late to this and you're telling me we don't have these sponsor forms done yet?
No, it's not a sponsor.
What
It's
it-
the arts
participation form, yeah.
participation form. That's what we need.
Why don't we have done yet? We're a
it-
month away.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. It's been a slow process, but yeah, it should be confirmed by this week.
Who's
Yeah.
responsible for that?
Well, we all are, but yeah,
Yeah.
it's been a little slow.
So at this point, this one is great. We just need to switch, as we said, into this part here, and
Yeah,
let's move it on.
That would fall under PR and marketing, my team, but my team already had a logo set up, but it was disagreed on. And we
Oh.
went back to the drawing board
Mhm.
just for background
Couple weeks ago.
information.
Yeah.
So it's not it's not that the ball was dropped by any side, is that there was no consensus in the previous logo and design.
Mhm.
yeah,
So I just wanted to throw that information out there. This is I think, second or third iteration of our logo, because to me, in my opinion, we could have gone with the first logo. And then there was also a disagreement with the title. There was going round and round. So
Yeah, it's just ridiculous. I'm sorry, but this is our primary,
Yeah.
outreach that we have to do. And we haven't even done it. And then we're a month into it. I just think it's like, that's just not.
But at this point, I totally agree with the, being upset, but it has been a series of, I don't want to say unfortunate events, but for the, to get this thing running and trying to get everyone on board. That's what we have to do, what we have done. Okay, break it into little groups, into commissions, and we've been working with. And at this point, if Mr. Mesa is saying that probably this one will be available next week, I will take his word that it's gonna be next week. Okay, getting the artists is important, but also getting everything else. When I saw the city staff, Mr. Mesa, the Parks and Recs assistant director, I mean, himself, myself, everybody outside, delegating, let's do this and that. That's when I said, wow, this thing is happening. So yeah, I'm a little bit frustrated, but I will not let this to be a stone in a little rock in my foot. I hope we can get this as soon as possible so we can move forward to get the artist line in. Yes.
I'm going to recommend not asking, but tomorrow we need that form emailed to us.
And I think that's the time frame. I don't believe it was next week. Once again, from this meeting, I need to know that this is a logo that we are going with because we keep going in circles.
That's
It's
it, don't
wasted
change
the time of our marketing team, the
Mhm.
city, and my time
Mhm.
because we keep going in circles. So I need a definite answer now
Okay, yeah.
because yes, I do understand the frustration that is there, but at the same time, my team was ready to go 2 weeks ago, but
Mhm.
we were told, no, the logo does not work. Then the title does not work. So right now, I need a consensus that yes, this is where we're going because yes, we are a month out and we have not done our PR stuff ready.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Because once that is done, then we're good to go. So at this point, does everybody agree on the logo and the motto at the bottom?
Yes.
I mean,
Okay, I thought this was not for actually a problem. For me, this is okay the way it is with the revisions that he mentioned,
Yeah.
and we mentioned. Okay, I hope you're taking notes out of it and have this ready. So let's not this be one of the reasons why we're behind again. So do we need, since we can actually, it's for discussion and possible possible action. So I would like to make a motion to accept the Somerton Arts and Festival as presented with the changes mentioned by Mr. Lopez and Mr. Cervantes. Okay. If you agree with my motion, then I need someone to second the motion so it doesn't keep us behind.
I second the motion.
Thank you. So there is a motion to approve the Somerton Arts and Festival logo as it is with the changes required. For example, obviously the time, the zip code, those little minor details. Okay. So if you're in favor of accepting the poster as it is with the changes, say aye.
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 Okay, so Mr. Mesa, you have the green
Yeah.
light to make those as quick as possible and let's not make this a vacation. So once you had it, then the next part will come very, very easy because you already have this, just
Do we need to, just a question, do we need to keep voting and, because I feel like that elongates this entire thing and we need to get everything set like now. So do we need to vote for everything that we're gonna decide right now, or can we just say, hey, this is the contract, done? Because this art, yeah, just,
I don't think it has to go before a vote because
No.
it's implied as it's a legally binding contract.
Mhm.
So no, we don't have to go before that. Even with this, we technically don't, but just to make it official that this is a final set in stone
yeah.
logo, and we'll work with city staff to get it done in a timely manner. Worst case scenario is we'll just give a generic form and you guys can use that generic form just like the vendor form.
Mhm.
But as far as the logo is concerned, that'll be our primary logo for all of our future marketing material.
Everything.
But in the essence of time, if it's not doable by tomorrow, then we'll just provide you guys a generic form
Mhm.
that says
Mhm.
event is scheduled for these dates, these times, fill in your proper information. Cool. Like I said, I just wanted to throw that background information.
No,
So
good.
what it didn't seem that the ball was dropped on our side or city or anywhere. It was equal across
Yeah.
the board.
So that's basically it. I don't think it's more to be discussed in matters of making Ms. Garcia making a motion for everything. But this was important because Mr. Cervantes is right in the matters of because of the advice of the people have done this before, okay? And also because we want to be able to, if not successful, at least to create a good program into it. So one pounding on the artists because we need to have a kind of a in mind who artists will be actually presenting the artwork. And they need to understand that we have this event going on and it's going to happen on April 23rd. So moving on with reports. Okay, Mr. Lopez, how's your group and your?
Okay, yeah, I'm
your
in
staff?
vendors,
Mhm.
and I reached out to vendors already, but I was waiting for the final on the flyer.
Mhm.
And on the meeting that we had, we also spoke about the city staff let me know about meetings that they have with the vendors before the event. And I kind of have a date scheduled so we can meet with them and they will just meet and sign, form or just agree with it to make sure
Mhm.
what they need to do to confirm. And also we would be giving them a time when to set up. So they would have to set it, whatever, an hour before the event, so there won't be any traffic with cars and they need to move their cars by a certain time. And we would also, what we talked about is vendors and artists are going to have different times, so they won't clash with each other.
That's good. I think that was covered also on the last meeting that you guys met over there under the Centennial Park.
Yeah.
am I right?
Yes.
Perfect. Yes, I'm very aware of that. Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. You understand that because vendors will be, they bring the trucks and whatever. So in order to avoid the traffic congestion between vendors and artists. So that's what.
Do we have an agenda of the performers like schedule?
Not yet. That's what they're gonna be working on.
I have it set up. I just need to ask I just need to ask the performers if they're okay with the times in between.
Mhm.
Like for the opening, I just need to ask them if the time I want to give them is okay to get ready or to prepare to set up.
Mhm.
But I have a lineup outline, if you want to call it. I just need to put the performers in and ask if what do you want to call it? The opening act, there you go. If the opening act is okay with the time I want to give them to set up, and it should be set.
So will we be using that to recruit our presenters and our musicians? Because I know for me, when I recruit, the Gaston and the folkloric, they're going to ask me what time am I going to perform, and I don't know. I don't have that information.
I have a tentative program I can forward, and we can fill the gaps between the main performers that are basically confirmed, and I have the gaps that are open for the schedule. We can just fill in the gap basically.
Yeah, because I would need that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I have. We just need to confirm flamenco. We need to confirm the jazz band.
I can help with those too.
Yeah, and we don't have time for more.
Oh, that's it?
As I have it here. Yeah.
Oh, well, then just give it to me and
So-
I'll confirm.
Yep.
Hold on. And so what about what we discussed about the acoustic, the
Yeah,
guitar?
It would be as I mentioned, it's just a draft. Just wanted to get this moving because I mean, I agree with Ms. Joanna. I'm frustrated too, but I mean, I'm just trying to move this thing forward. Not jump any bridges or any of you, but I gotta get something going.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, we're less than a month away. We're a little more than a month away. So I'll just forward what I have. We can just review it between Elisha, yourself, and I, and we can discuss it.
I have 3 slots only for the beginning, but and they're 25. That way they get at least 5 minutes to switch.
Yeah.
And I would like for it to be Summerton performers. I don't know if that man from Gadsden lives here or is from here or?
Well, I think it'll be a mixture and it'll be all right because I don't think we can say, oh, you have to live in Summer to be
Oh, no,
performer.
no, I'm not saying, but
Yeah.
you know, just to have their exposure for the beginning ones and the closing ones are gonna be from out of town. But I'm saying the ones for earlier in the evening, you know, maybe just to have them be from here, just so you say
Yeah.
we're giving exposure to our community members.
I don't remember where Pancho lives. I don't remember. I know someone that lives here that is also a musician that would do great from Gadsden. His name is Julio Castillo,
Yeah.
and he plays acoustic as well.
Yeah.
And he's a close friend of mine. I had already reached out to him. He said yes.
Mhm.
So I
Okay.
can, and he lives here. Yeah, he's local.
Yeah, the only things are basically I have confirmed in my end is just the co-main
Mhm.
acts. So the rest it's open. But I just have like a sketch. We have something in mind, and we're able to confirm flamenco with Laura and jazz. And
If you-
either Julio, Francisco, or the other local solo artist, and we'll be
I have
good to
all their
go.
contacts.
Yeah.
I mean, they're my personal colleagues. So
Oh.
just give me the time slots so I can communicate, and then the form they're gonna fill out, and I'll be good.
And please consider Miss Misael because they're confirmed already too. So
Mm.
yeah.
Yeah,
And
so
we're in agreement
Mhm.
with them because they're gonna request a fee, donation of $200.
Yeah.
Can I get a forward of that schedule, please?
Yeah,
So I need to have it and I want to have it. So I'm not in the limbo, like hearing conversation back and forth, being the chairman and just, being
Yeah.
an spectator. So,
Well, we all need to
yeah,
have it.
yeah, we need to
yeah, yeah.
The whole
just
committee.
forward
Right.
to all of us.
Like I said, right now it's a
Thank you.
draft. We can
Mhm.
pick and
Mhm.
fill in and all that.
Okay. So yeah, it was to actually move that at this point. Um, I don't feel the frustration. I think things are working okay. It's just that sometimes it is what it is, and we need to move forward. So
Yeah.
the artist form will be ready as soon as possible. I hope it's not next week. So we start inviting our main there, the main ingredient of this event. So we can present like here it is. Remember we told you about it. I even this one I would just cross out the art and wine and use it as generic,
Can I
as you
see it?
said, just in case
You
there's
can
nothing
use it. I
else.
mean, we've been able to use it because it's just to get the
don't have to-
Yeah,
information.
just to get the
That's not an
information.
impediment, but
Can
we'll
I see it?
modify it.
I have another one.
Mhm. Yeah, just a generic. I mean, as long as it has the date, the April 23rd, get us at least something like this with the dates.
Yeah.
And then let's move forward with this. Okay, just
Yeah.
everything else for more information, please call Somerton Parks. Is that information correct? The one on the bottom?
Yeah, I mean,
Just if you have this in your computer by any chance?
yeah.
This form?
Yeah, but at this point, we already waited. I would say just swap the logo. That shouldn't take more
Yeah.
than a
Yeah.
couple of
Yeah,
minutes.
okay,
Yeah, 'cause
perfect.
we-
Since you already have this approved, okay, you just then,
Yeah,
you have a green light to.
he has the logo already, which is the top part, and
Yeah.
just copy paste.
Mhm.
I have one. You want one?
Mhm. Do you need another one?
Yeah, please.
Yeah, blank.
You don't have a blank one.
There you go. Okay, so everyone can actually pitch on board. So
Yeah,
it takes a community to make this event. So if you have someone, let's communicate among ourselves. Like today, when we have this meeting, back and forth, we'll see you at 6:00. I don't know how many of you saw it, but it was right there. I saw it where you send us. I saw the poster, so we can use exactly the same. We already are connected between each other's. So we can say, hey, I invited this person, or I have this one. And even if that person don't participate 5 minutes or 5 minutes, let's not be so focusing, it's already close. No, it's as many people, many artists that they can and willing to work with us. That's what is going to take us to the right direction. Okay, so I think we're ready now to move.
I have-
Miss,
I have a
anything
little,
else?
yeah,
Yes.
yeah, I have a little bit more information.
Yes, thank you.
On the vendors as well, city staff recommended we don't have more than 2 of the same vendor.
Okay,
So
sure.
we're gonna make sure that doesn't happen. And then also that the wine, the art and wine tasting, I mean, the wine tasting
Mhm.
and the cheese and all that stuff would be close to the beer garden.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
also, we did talk about in the meeting, city staff's gonna provide no alcohol signs beyond this point.
Mhm.
We're gonna
Okay.
put them around the perimeter.
So it will be like when we did the 4th of July and other events that no alcohol beyond this point. Is that?
Yes.
Yes, okay. Like last Saturday event. Mhm.
That's
Okay.
all I have.
And just may I ask,
Yeah.
who's gonna be the draft year that, is it gonna be, or you're gonna have a meeting with the vendors for the beer? When is our next meeting?
We need to talk to Mr. Romer from Romer and schedule
Okay.
something just to follow up on the,
Yes, okay. Please keep me on
The
the loop,
liquor.
and if you can meet after 3:45,
yeah.
I would like to be there too.
Yeah, can I be included,
Yeah,
or can we,
of course.
because the questions that we did have when we were at the meeting, what are they gonna provide? Are they gonna provide like maybe some high tables for the art and wait, the area?
Mhm.
Because on the map, right in front of the stage is probably gonna be, tables and chairs where people can eat and drink, whatever.
Mhm.
And then, but since the vendors for the beer and the wine tasting is gonna be a little bit far, maybe they would have an area over there too with a few chairs and tables. But they might, we didn't know if they provided it or not.
So we need to schedule a meeting with, again, they are ready.
Yeah.
Okay,
Could you reach out? Because I don't believe I have his number, and let me know whenever
Okay.
we were able to meet.
okay, yeah,
Yeah.
if you want me to contact him back, I
Yeah.
will. Sounds good. Okay. And Ms. Ezra, welcome back. Probably you don't have much to report, but I'm glad to see you
Thank you.
back back with us. And I guess on behalf of the commission and everyone else, I want to say comfort, and for the loss of your mother. It's understood that the reason why you were out, at least, and we're sorry that we didn't keep you on the loop much, but it was under this strenuous circumstances. So
Thank you.
that's what I'm saying is welcome back, and let's take it from here. Also, I promised my fellow commissioners that I was trying to get this meeting around 1 hour. Okay, and what was holding us behind is not anymore. Okay, I've noticed that all of you and each of us were doing what it takes to actually get this running, and I'm glad that it's here when we're putting our differences aside to get this running. Aisha, you're doing a great job, informing us about the artists, and what's going on with the setting. Mr. Cervantes, the same thing, trying to get everything, ready to be done. Mr. Mesa, myself, when we met with the wine and the possible craft beer vendors and their suggestions and everything, Mr. Lopez, definitely you have done an awesome job, and I'm pretty sure Ms. Moreno also, she's trying to do her work too. Anything else that before we move, because next time will be our regular meeting, and then after that we may meet again once more before the major event. Mr. Mesa, would you like to add anything else for the good of the order?
Just the promotional materials should be ready by the end of this week. I just needed to confirm this, not to not take responsibility of the delays, but there's things that are out of my hands. I mean, we don't have our own graphic designer in-house in the department, and there's always priorities. And we did make some changes, which I believe are going to be for the good sake of this order and it's going to make the event more successful. But I mean, there's always things that I just can't control. I would like to be my own graphic designer and have the programming and the knowledge so we could get this out in a couple of hours. But I mean, that's what's being delayed, that we are relying on other people to assist, and it's a team, but like I said, the city is a small team. Everybody's just overbooked, and this is the consequences.
Mhm.
So, and I always hear that, not that I'm putting blame on you, Jesus, but I always hear that we're not a priority.
Yeah.
And I think that needs to change. And if we need to have a meeting with whoever we need to meet with, we need to address it, because every time that we don't have something accomplished that we need their support on, and they say they will support us, they're not following through because we're not a priority. And that needs to be addressed.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, and that would be with the city manager. I can always ask for a meeting and we can review the items, because it is delaying the process.
Mhm.
We spoke about this months ago, that we did not want to be in this situation, and here we are again in this situation. So we do need a meeting we need to address it.
I think we're at this point, Ms. Ezra, we're in a much better situation than we were actually back in December or even January. February was very productive, and in actually seeing the staff now getting ready, because I've been in a couple of meetings now besides the commission, besides the workstation, meeting with staff. And I can.
So I'm also gonna add that this event is on the city calendar events. It's not a separate, Parks and Rec Commission event. It needs to be treated the same, and it has not been treated the same. And it continues to have those patterns. And so I don't want anyone to think that we're accepting this, because we're not. That needs to change. It needs to be addressed. It needs to change.
Yeah, I understand. And just want to mention that on the sponsorship side, we have been looking for support. I would not commit to the sponsorship package at this point, because it's less than a month away, and we don't want to burn any bridges for upcoming events, because we're responsible, give back a certain contribution or support in return for their donation, and we're not going to be able to be accountable for that. So at this point, I would only target anybody who's really solely just interested in helping the event, and they're not going to be expecting any advertising, a lot of publicity, because we're not going to be able to do it. And I would just target those $500 sponsors and any in-kind support. That's what I'm going to concentrate. Look for those instruments that are actually going to help promote arts. They're going to be motivators for the people to attend. And of course, the bigger item, hold it for the end of the event. Before it's over, we're going to raffle out the biggest item. That's going to make sure people stay and that are going to be interested. Even people that don't like art, they're going to give out a XY instrument. Let's go. I want one and I can't afford it. So that's what we're going to look for. Because I don't want to, like you said, put my word in something and then we're not going to be able to deliver. And
I agree 100% with your recommendation, Jesus. It's just it's a shame that we're in this boat right now, because that's not what our intention was. And I think, and that's why I'm insisting on a meeting to address this issue, because it is not acceptable and it's not a professional way to work together, and that needs to change.
Let me know and I can surely schedule something with Mr. Cabrera. He would be the point of contact for something like this.
Okay, so probably that we can discuss this in another time, if we can do it on a soon. Okay, but that will be, I agree with you and to actually get your concerns out and voice out.
Because they're going to have to step up now even more for not making us a priority. They're going to have to help us even more at a faster pace to catch up. And they have to know that. So schedule the meeting.
Is that-
Okay, Mr. Ms. Estro and Ms. I would like to be in the middle of this. Okay, and I would like to actually put our right now to close our meeting because this is the purpose of this was to discuss actually actions and that matters the Summerton Arts and Festival. We have done the reports of my fellow commissioners. Everyone has actually done their part, and I would like to be in that meeting. Like we were actually remember like a year ago with Mr. Cabrera, but that will be for a different time. So if you want to initiate this, I can actually contact the city manager tomorrow, and then I will let you know when he's available. But that will be for specifically for to voice your concerns. But I don't think we need at this point. We don't need to drag the meeting more than is necessary, unless you guys have something else that will make an impact on this right now. For me, my concern was the artist form. Now we got it. We can use we have now two options. One, you get us a form, or we use a genetic. That's taken care. For vendors, we already approved the poster, and we have the paperwork. So now we're there. Sponsors, that's a different story. Okay, and I hope we get some sponsors because at the end, that was one of the main ideas behind us to get some, at least to get even with the money that we put as a commission, so we can help the Summerton Cultural Center. Okay, Ms. Garcia, anything else before we adjourn? No, Mr. Cervantes, anything else before we adjourn?
No, there are no comments. No further items. I do have a comment for all the teams. Do keep progressing. Do not wait for an
Yeah.
official meeting to occur. I hopefully that was understanding from the get-go.
Mhm.
But yes, meet with your prospective teams and update. If you do have overlap with another team, update the other team. We will do that as well. But just that note, but nothing else.
Thank you. My token into this is let's keep the communication channel open, and let's use our groups that we had so far. And I think it's successful. Now you're getting into it. I'm getting into it. Cervantes, you're into it. I think your number is also here. Yeah, and so we can communicate. So if you had someone like, hey, I got this one, just let me know, let us know, let the whole thing. And so we are in the same boat. And yes, let's just move forward. Okay, that's the thing. I want to move forward. I want to have this to be a reality. I think every one of us is doing what it takes to make this forward. Otherwise, we're not going to be here, and we are here. Mr. Lopez, anything else? Okay, Ms. Ezra, anything else? Next meeting, we'll continue there is very few items in our agenda, and one of them will be discussion and possible action on all our matters related to upcoming Summerton Arts and Festival event, yes. Okay, and I want to focus our attention right now, our priority, not somebody else's priority, should be the Arts Festival event. So that's what we're focusing our energy.
But at that point, it would be more of like an update
Yes.
instead
yes,
of
ma'am, yes.
planning because of how
Yeah, no
close
more
it'll be.
planning. Planning we have done a lot of planning already. It's update what's going on. Yes. Got it. It will be more updating what's going on and where we are, because we have 1 month behind. And you're right, time is against us. Okay. So I would like to ask a motion to adjourn. It is actually 7:09. Anyone?
I'll make a motion to end the meeting at 7:09.
Thank you very much. I will second that motion, but all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Meeting adjourns, 7:09. Thank you. We'll see you next week, Wednesday.